Welcome back, YouTubers. This is a review of Figma number 425, Kazuma from Konosuba. Now, this one is also one I got from Good Smile, so there's the pre-order bonus of him smiling with his eyes closed. And let's get to the figure. As you can see, sides of the box, pretty standard at this point. And let's get going. Now, initially I never gave Konosuba a look, but once I saw it, I really enjoyed its satirical joke view of the isekai genre. And the bit about this figure I like is it comes with stuff that directly references that. Well, whoever packed this didn't do a great job of it. There's a bit of random plastic tape on the inside of the box. That's an odd one. Anyway. Standard instruction shows what it comes with. The water effect, his cape, his short sword. All pretty much the standard stuff that we expect to come with Figmas by this point. And of course, the bag of hands, stand, and other bits. One thing I do like is that they don't package him with his little cape on. They actually put it separately, which is nice because I always worry about some of those things, you know, marking itself or the color bleeding through. Let's just dump this stuff out because, so that explains it. The cape is taped to the inside of the box. That's quite annoying. But yeah, there we go. Now, with this one, the sword actually does go into the holster on his back. So, there we go. Most of the time lately, the swords have been just the hilt gets attached so that it's some sort of hybrid of the hilt is detachable or there's the blade comes off the hilt in some way. Let's see here. Not sure how they pack this thing. Okay. Enough tape on it to sink a battleship. There's his cloak. So yeah, cloak just attaches with this peg hole here to his back. Right in there. And the bottom one I assume there is for the stand. Let's take his head off to attach this. Yeah, that works better. His neck's on like a pivot joint here, see? That's actually quite nice. Not a lot of characters do that, but since he doesn't have like a proper shirt like most characters, that makes a lot of sense. Now, this is a little high. Not quite sure how to make this thing tuck in a bit, or it seems to be stuck in kind of an open wide pose. Have to look at that later. Anyway, but here's him with his pervert face, and this is his yelling face. And then there's the smiler face, or as I like to think, the I've lost my mind face, but I'm not showing anyone. Seriously, I think he puts that one on when he's like lost his mind temporarily or something, or he's like berating Aqua in his head privately because she's so stupid. Something like that. There's also this nifty water effect for him when he uses Create Water, which is basic magic. Really, they made this one a lot different from how they normally package these. I'm actually kind of surprised by this. There's the bag, of course. But yeah, let's get the hands out. Now in this one there's a total of 9 extra hands on top of his other ones. But the one that's of importance is this one, his extra right hand, because this one's the one that the water effect goes to. As you can see. So that's pretty important. Otherwise, he's got your standard ones. He's got some wide open ones, his sword grip ones, his outstretched hand ones, and his little claw ones that you see at the top of the box here when he's doing his kind of really pervert face. There's also, of course, the extra wrist joint that usually comes with these things now. And of course, most importantly of all, a stand. There we go. And pretty nice. Now, this figure does come with one thing that I think is sort of in a little bit of bad taste, but then again, considering the character is a bit of a perv, it makes sense. And also, in the series, this happens mainly because of random luck, but it's this hand here, the pinched one they use for the sword. You also can use it for the last accessory, which is Megumin's panties, which is kind of a weird thing to have in a figure, honestly. I mean, it makes sense considering, you know, he accidentally keeps stealing girls' panties when he uses his stealing skill. But, not really my taste. I think it's kind of gauche, but, you know, there it is. And if you want to, you could always swap out his face. To make him an ultra pervert. The irony is that Megumin actually does like him and eventually does become his girlfriend, which, quite honestly, is not so bad, but basically, if you want, you can make him look like a total perv. However, personally, I prefer the bonus face that came with this. Calm, serene, just accepting the stupid and insane nature of his entire party that is basically full of people with major personality defects. And of course he's got his sword, which I can't remember exactly, but I think it was something like Chunchumaru or something, because Megumin gave it a really weird name, and the thing that puts the name on it was a spell paper, and it activated when she said that, so it's now named something really weird because Megumin's people, I forget, was it the Demon Wizard Clan or something? But they've all got like a really weird sense of naming. It's very odd. Anyway. But yeah, that's the Kazuma figure. Now, all in all, it's really good. There's lots of posability and flexibility, especially with the feet and other places. There's a little extra flash on his foot here. And there's a lot of like bend points here and here and here, where the material is that softer plastic. I'm not as fond of the softer plastic because I worry that the stuff's going to either decay or break. But in this case, I can understand why. He's basically wearing a very simple tunic, and this thing doesn't have a lot of bend points in it if they made it a solid piece. So that makes sense. I do like that it's a fairly simple figure, but it's functional. I do wish they had given him a few more abilities, like the tinder effect when he makes fire, or one of the other effects of the basic magic, which is his only ability thus far that really gives him much offensive magical ability. At least in the first 2 seasons. I haven't finished reading all the books, so I'm way behind on those. Gonna have to catch up. Okay, that's better. And you can get the cape down a bit. These 2 points here mean you gotta probably keep it at about this level. So, yeah. I mean, you're gonna probably have to do some tricky maneuvering, but looks to me like the cape can basically be brought down to about that level comfortably without making it look too silly if you tuck it in under the soft pieces like that. Yeah. But all in all, I recommend this figure. It's a good one. The panty accessory aside, it's not a bad figure. It's pretty good. It's pretty simple. Then again, Kazuma is basically the everyman who's basically the jack-of-all-trade class. No one usually uses that class, but because he doesn't have enough points in anything to become anything else, really, because his only redeeming abilities are his intelligence and his luck, he's more suited to being a merchant. Ironically, he becomes very rich in the game, but never leaves the town of beginnings hardly ever. So, yeah. But anyway, that's Kazuma. Anyway, but that's all for now. Please like and subscribe, comment below, and don't forget to ring the bell so you know when I'm going to put up another video. And if anyone's got questions about the figure, like they need some help figuring out some bit, let me know and I can tell you what I've found so far. And I'll see you all next time. Ciao.